Hey everybody, hello and welcome to the show. Coming up this week, a man is killed while riding the tram at Orlando International Airport. An evacuation at Cali River Rapids at Animal Kingdom made the news, and sweaty costumes are out at Walt Disney World. And a little later on, we're going to talk about something you guys have been asking us to talk about for a while now, how we all came to be here. And no, I'm not talking about the birds and the bees. All that coming up next from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. This is the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged, episode 803 for the week of May 12th, 2015. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, coming to you live from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined at the table this week by my good friends John Magi.
Hi, everybody.
Kevin Close.
Hello.
Teresa Eccles.
Greetings.
Corey Martin.
I'm just happy to be here.
And back in the production nook, our producer, Dustin West.
Hi.
Along with Rhino Clavin.
Hello.
And our associate producer, Craig Williams.
Hey.
And so, welcome, everyone. We're having some technical issues this week, so if you tried to watch us on live stream, you're not able to. I believe we're going out live on YouTube.
That's correct.
So, hello to YouTube people. Yeah, we're having some internet issues here in the studio, so what are you going to do? And I want to apologize that we did not have a show for you last week. We were traveling and things didn't work out the way they were supposed to, so I apologize for that. But some things that I do want to mention in housekeeping. We were going to do our review of the Adventures by Disney Cowboys and Canyons trip that Dustin and I took last month. We've decided to push that off to next week, just because I could use an extra week to get some stuff together. And instead, like I said, we have been getting emails, frequently. A lot of emails are coming in over the past several months asking how the team all came to be here. And we did one of these shows a few years back, and I think it's time for us to do another one. So we're going to do that a little later on.
Do we have to say the same thing we said last time?
Exactly, verbatim.
Word.
Oh, no, I've got a whole new backstory.
Shorter.
I've got a whole new backstory.
I'm going to be younger this time. I just want you to know.
Also want to mention the upcoming Diz Meets to raise money for Give Kids the World Nova Scotia, coming up the weekend of August 14th. Teresa, Kathy, Dustin, and I are going to be there for that. We will be doing a show, although it's going to be a little different, because most of our equipment is going to be in California, because John, Kevin, Corey, Will, Rhino, Jenny Lynn are all going to be out at the D23 convention in Anaheim that weekend. So
I can promise you, though, if you are at that meet, there will be live audio and microphones, and there will be a recorded version video-wise. I'm pretty sure that we have everything we need to make that happen. So
it's not
I'm
going to be on your phone.
Dustin's just happy he doesn't have to lug the video equipment up to Nova Scotia with him. So that's the weekend of August 14th, and if you've never been to Nova Scotia, this is a great opportunity to see an absolutely beautiful, beautiful place. This is one of my favorite places that I get to travel to, and I always look forward to the trip up to Nova Scotia. So weekend of August 14th. But also before that, Hershey, Pennsylvania. The weekend of June 16th. The vast majority of the team is going to be there. And I think, Corey, you and Julie are coming up with the kids.
I was looking at the hotel today.
It's made of chocolate.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yay.
Teresa, Kathy, Rhino, Craig, Dustin, myself, Jenny Lynn, we're all going to be there.
Not me.
Oh, that's right. You're not there for that.
Yeah.
Doesn't that happen during our cruise?
That's yeah. I was going to say June 16th is a Tuesday.
No,
the
that's
28th, 27th, 28th.
Oh,
you scared me because I was like,
have...
I'm not.
I'm sorry. That's right.
I was going to say we're going to be in Alaska.
That's right. Okay, I'm sorry. I had the wrong date.
We could have a Hershey bar.
It's the last weekend in June. And we are all going to be there. So we're going to have a great time, and that is a fun meet. We had a great time there last year, and of course the venerable granddaddy of the meets, the Indianapolis meet, the longest running meet that we do. weekend of August 28th in Indianapolis. So looking forward to that. Then, of course, it's September.
I have information.
Hot off the presses.
We have
Hot off
hot
the
off the presses for the
presses.
New England meet.
September 18th through the 20th, 2015.
And we are all going to be there for that because John and Kevin go to that.
Do you want the information?
I would love it.
Okay. It's going to be at the Crown Plaza in Newton, Massachusetts. Newton is located 15 minutes outside of Boston, and the Crown Plaza is conveniently located over the Mass Pike. That's important to people in Massachusetts. I have no idea what it means, but
It hangs over the
It
Massachusetts
does. It
Turnpike
spans the Mass Pike.
sort of like
like a city in the clouds.
Wow.
sort of like the town in the new Avengers movie, the one where the Princess Diaries lived or whatever.
Genovia. Yeah.
Genovia.
Okay, the events will include the Friday night welcome dinner. Saturday, there will be private tours of Boston. They're going to have their own tour trolley, and they will leave right from the hotel. Or if you prefer to see Boston on your own, they'll offer transportation to the city and tickets to the Boston Aquarium or Museum of Science. The Museum of Science is hosting an exhibit entitled "The Science Behind Pixar." I thought that sounded fun. Saturday night, we're going to do our podcast, and there will be a party complete with dinner and desserts and silent auctions and raffles. Sunday, they're going to say goodbye with ice cream for breakfast. Registration will open June 1st with hotel reservations. And as always, they're looking for donations for silent auction prizes and raffles. If you don't want to wait that long to hang out with your fun-loving New England friends, they're hosting a private screening of the new Disney Pixar movie Inside Out, opening weekend Saturday, June 20th at Cinema World in Fitchburg.
Ugh.
That's in Massachusetts also.
Oh, we've been there.
And
Why are you
I-
clutching your pearls?
I
Rhino?
went to college because I'm from Massachusetts. I went to school for a semester in Fitchburg. Sorry.
This is at 9:30 in the morning, and tickets are $12. They're on sale now. $10 from each ticket sold will go to Give Kids the World, and they've had a generous offer from someone else of a donation of an additional $2 ticket for each. An additional donation of $2 per ticket sold to Give Kids the World. That's from an outside donor. Coffee and donuts are going to be served. Tickets are limited. Information plus more will be posted on the Power of 10 subforum on the Diz and the New England Diz Meet Facebook page.
That's like John, and much, much more. Am I going to New England? Because if John's there, join.
No. No, we're not letting you out of. You don't go to Hershey, you don't go to New England.
I'm okay with that because John was going to be there, right?
We were there last time together.
Yeah, travel will.
I made you cry.
He did.
Well, fortunately, this year, it's not coming on the heels of like a month in Europe for me. So
You're not going to get any sympathy.
I should get sympathy for that. A month in Europe. Cool.
If
That's
you go
great.
this time, you don't have to sleep at the foot of the bed this
I
time.
really love that they kind of move it around the state.
Well, they're trying to make it as convenient for people as possible. And I was joking about apparently there's inside the loop and outside the loop. Apparently, this is very conveniently located, and Kristen's going to kill me because I don't have this information. She told it to me several times. But apparently, it's located right near the highway.
Was that at the point where you're thinking about Louis Vuitton bags?
I might have had something else on my mind.
Newton is where the Fig Newton comes from, too. It's where it was founded.
The what?
It's the
Fig
birthplace
Newton
of the
came
Fig
from
Newton.
Massachusetts.
He said the finger. What
So-
does that mean?
The finger.
The finger came from.
Oh, God.
That's where the colonists first gave the finger to the British.
The Boston Finger Party.
Boston Finger Party.
Oh,
Hi.
What, you have some?
no, I have nothing to add to that.
There's all
That's good.
There's all this pearl clutching going on back in the
I
house.
know. Oh, Fitchburg. Oh, Fitchburg.
Oh, Newton. It's like the Golden Girls.
Yeah, which one's Sophia?
Oh, please.
All right. Anything else for housekeeping before we get to the poll results?
I want to talk about our Disapalooza event.
Oh yes. That's
All right.
right.
We are up to, I don't know the exact number.
We're over 850 people.
Yeah, it's like 856.
This will be the largest one we've ever done.
Correct. We are turning it off at 900 folks. We've made the decision.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What we want to do is we need to now arrange transportation for folks. We're going to talk about doing a podcast that weekend as well. So we need to sort of finalize our numbers. If you have not signed up, please do so right away because we're going to close it off at 900. That's going to be it.
Will there be a wait list?
No, there will not be a wait list because it's non-refundable, non-transferable. So once you're signed up, and that's just the way it goes. Sorry. The other
I'm
thing
so bitter.
I am.
He's a bitter man.
Really? What if I change my mind? I don't. Oh, you said non-refundable.
First of all, you're going no matter what.
I know I am.
So don't even go there. The next thing I want to talk about is Podcast Crew 6.
Another one that's selling.
We are sold out of our group space.
Yep.
199 staterooms, 480-something people on this cruise. We are now in rack rate, but we're going to continue to look for discounts. Royal Caribbean is running their buy one, get one half off offer. They've extended that. So if you want a quote, make sure you go through our forums, and we're going to try to get you the best price. But here's the deal, folks. The ship is filling up. So there's going to be a point where we can't even get you on the ship. And I promise you, we are working on cool stuff for this trip. So don't be left out.
He was talking to me about that last night.
Yeah. Don't be left out of this cruise, because even though it's a year and a half away, we got to start working on stuff now. And we don't want people at the last minute going, I wish I would have known, because I would have signed up.
Yeah, those custom Louis bags y'all be giving out, it's going to be...
Everybody gets
Forgot to
it.
gas.
I know.
Fun stuff.
More pearl clutching.
So those are my two things. Our two events are very successful, so we're really happy about that, but we don't want anybody left out, so please sign up as soon as possible.
So
That's
there
it.
there you have it. Yeah, I'm thrilled with how successful both of these events have sold. You have a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to Disapalooza. And if you're planning on being at Disapalooza, be sure to reach out to put in a request for a hotel room at Universal. You should get the whole experience. And we have many of our Dreams Unlimited travel agents that are more than happy to help you out with that. I know I'm going to be staying at the Hard Rock.
Are you?
And yeah, I may
I can't
switch.
decide which one I'm staying at. Maybe Cabana.
I may switch, but
We've decided to definitely get a room only because it's easier for us with stuff, and especially if we do a podcast that weekend, it's just easier to have a room.
and that is the plan, folks, by the way. We are planning to do a podcast that weekend, and
At Universal.
at
We're going
Universal.
to talk to Universal about some space.
And based on the information we have, the interest in attending that is extraordinarily high. And we could end up having the largest live audience we've ever had. if that
7
pans out.
people could show up.
Oh my
Seven.
gosh. Non-family members.
Right, exactly. Well, 6 then. If you're going to count Pete's mom, then 6. But I do want to say one more thing about that is there's folks who have booked rooms at Disney for that event, and we're planning on taking our transportation over for the party. We will have transportation over for the podcast, so don't worry about how am I
But
going
not
to get
back,
there.
just over.
Right,
It's a one-way trip.
It's a one-way trip.
Uber it back.
So I just want to make sure you're not worried about, how am I going to get to the live show?
No, that's what John's lined up, is Ubers.
Uber,
all
yeah.
lined up
Right.
one by one. Okay.
Little smart car Ubers, one person at a time.
All right, anything else for housekeeping? All right, let's do the poll results. A couple weeks ago, we asked the question, how important is free dining to you? And very interesting results here. 13% of you said very important. No free dining, no Disney for us. 38% said somewhat important. I'd like it, but I'm going to Disney anyway. But the vast majority of you, 49%, said not important. I don't care about free dining at all. And yeah,
Was that first one really worded not important? No free dining, I won't go? Is that how?
that free dining was very important. No free dining, no trip to Walt Disney World this year.
Wow. You
And-
people have really got some rules.
13% of the people said that if there was no free dining offer, they were not going to go. And you got to think about that during that September time frame, which historically, for many years was the slowest time of the year. Kids had gone back to school, and that was one of the reasons Disney came up with this offer, was to build up that
Slow time.
traffic during that period in time, and it worked. It worked brilliantly for them. But at least 13% of our audience says that without it, they're not going. So maybe that's why Disney has to keep offering this, but they limit it the way they did. We've seen it last year, and then worse even this year, to the point where next year we're not even going to promote it. We're not even going to put any effort into it because it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. People get too frustrated. We get too frustrated. So, but 49% of you, virtually half of the respondents, said not important. I don't care about free dining at all. Right there with you. Right there with you. Don't have a new poll for this week right now. I may have one later. I may not.
Hi.
It's just the way it goes. So with that, we're going to move over to the news with Johnny.
All right, our first news story. Passenger dies after being ejected from Orlando International Airport tram. A passenger at the Orlando International Airport died after being ejected from a tram early Friday morning, May 8, 2015. According to airport officials, the passenger was ejected from the tram when it made an emergency stop. Airport officials said the passenger was aboard a tram that was undergoing its daily safety check. They also said the tram made a sudden stop and the passenger flew through the front windshield of the tram into the ground below the tracks. Officials said that no passengers should have been aboard the tram while it was undergoing its safety check. And then they talk a little bit about, why someone shouldn't have been on board and blah, 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 blah. And it said the incident happened on the tram that runs from the terminal to gates 1 through 29. It's the first accident involving one of the trams which have been in service for the airport for the last 35 years.
Yeah. I'm convinced that at some point we're going to find out there's more to this story than we're hearing.
Well, here's what seems to be the follow-up from the news, is that it was someone who snuck on board the tram. They weren't supposed to be on board. I don't know if have you ever been to the airport when they have the tram shut down? They put up those little safety nettings and gates
Yeah.
and you're not supposed to get on board. And apparently he snuck on board. I'm perplexed by the physics of the fact that he was propelled through
Yes,
one of those
How
yes.
fast do you have to be
Yeah.
going, and how quickly do you have to stop, and where do you have to be sitting? He must have been sitting on the ledge.
or standing.
No.
Well,
There is-
I heard that it was a friend of whoever was on the tram doing the maintenance, and that there was if you lift up the seat, there's some sort of manual controls
Right,
there, and
correct.
he was working them.
Oh, I
His
didn't
friend,
know that.
I read that his friend let him work it, and he was the one that.
Yeah, that's what I had heard, that this was a friend of the guy. They do their maintenance runs every morning before they really open the trams up, I guess, to regular passengers. And they are manually controlled. There is an operator on the tram that is manually controlling the train to make sure everything's okay, the track's okay, the train's okay. And that this guy was on there and shouldn't have been. Even still, I just, for the number of times I have ridden that tram, I'm trying to imagine at its fastest,
Right.
coming to a quick stop, how you go through a window.
Right.
It's not even like regular glass either. It's
plastic
like
glass. So it had to
it makes
just
it think
pop
like it's a
out.
picture frame that this guy went through. Like that's how easily it must have broken. But you could throw your bag against that and it won't break.
Well,
Like,
I'm sure for
What are you
safety.
doing on the tram?
that's
I'm sure for safety reasons, this glass, much the same way as on a bus,
Yeah.
the glass is designed to be kicked out in the event there's an emergency and passengers have to get out. That's not uncommon. But at what force do you have to be traveling? How fast was it really going? Did this guy really propel himself through when the train stopped, or was he thrown through it? I mean,
Yeah.
The picture of him, he looks like a good, healthy size. I mean, he doesn't look like a small person. And I think to myself, he had to have a huge amount of momentum.
Yeah, I know.
But you think about it, if he was right there where the controls are, right by that plexiglass, and that thing came to an abrupt stop and it was going 25 miles an hour, his body's going to continue going at 25 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
but even
I don't
that
even think it
seems
goes
not fast
25
enough.
miles an hour.
I think it does. I think
Yeah?
that's the max speed, yeah.
I think you're right. I don't think we have all the information.
No, there's
there's
something,
gotta,
something here that just doesn't feel right. And, I don't know, but there's a piece missing to this story.
Right.
I'm also shocked that they don't have video of this. Like, it's an airport. They should have video everywhere,
Every
whether it's
inch.
exterior
Thank you.
or some sort of video inside of these trams.
There's not one square inch of that airport that should not be under video
Right.
surveillance.
And again, I think we should mention for those listening, you really shouldn't be afraid of the trams if you're traveling to Orlando International Airport. This was obviously a fluke. This was in maintenance mode. There's so much stuff going on here. Don't be afraid to fly into Orlando because of this.
there are hand straps up above. There are poles. I mean, it's not like People on the tram are usually hanging
And
on.
how fast does it usually go? 3 miles an hour, maybe?
No,
It
it
gets up to it gets some speed going, no question.
Really?
Sure it does.
3 mile an hour would be like someone running along. It has
Yeah,
to
you
go
can run
faster than that.
pretty much faster than that.
Not me.
Well, maybe not.
3 miles an hour running seems really fast.
I meant I was the editorial you, not you specifically, not the royal you. But I'm just something's not right, and I think you have a lot more to worry about along the lines of what Dustin said. I think you have a lot more to worry about at OIA in terms of having stuff stolen out of your checked baggage. That's a much bigger problem at Orlando International Airport than this is. 35 years, they've never had any kind of accident, and so I mean, I'm not worried about riding the trams. I may not sit in the front anymore, but I certainly would get on the tram again.
Yeah.
So
I'd be
If you want
hanging
to
to the
fly, you
back.
have to.
yeah, you got no choice.
There's no other
They're not
way.
going to let you walk.
That's right.
All right, our second news story. Firefighters removed 12 guests from Disney's Cali River Rapids attraction. Firefighters from the Reedy Creek Emergency Services were called to a Disney park on Thursday, May 7th to assist after 12 people were stuck on a halted ride. The guests were passengers on the Cali River Rapids attraction at Disney's Animal Kingdom, said Bo Jones, Assistant Fire Chief for Reedy Creek. Jones said none of the passengers were injured or ill. Firefighters were called to the screen. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I know. Firefighters were called to the scene at
Back to Hooked on Phonics for you.
Exactly. Were called to the scene at 1:21 p.m. and by 2 p.m. everyone was off the ride. Quote, no one was in jeopardy or in a dangerous situation, Jones said. The guests got stuck after, quote, some sort of malfunction on the ride, end quote. Jones is very, very scientific.
Bo Jones.
Bones.
He said it's not clear what caused the malfunction. Now that the guests are off, Disney staffers have reset the attraction, and it is back in service.
Okay, that tells me immediately I know what happened because I worked at this attraction. This sounds to me like there was a malfunction in the ride, which there often is at Cali River Rapids. But if they had the firefighters out there, there was somebody who was probably normally traveling in a wheelchair, and they had to have assistance getting out of the attraction because they couldn't physically walk themselves out.
Well, how do they walk
Oh,
somebody
the-
off that ride? I mean,
Yeah.
is there a walking path there?
The person on the stuck attraction had to be removed. with
What they
a
do-
fire. Gotcha.
Yeah, what they do to evacuate that ride, because unlike a roller coaster, there's no path alongside it. They literally drain the entire attraction, and
Really?
yeah, they drain the whole flume, and then there are walking paths at certain points that you have to walk through the flume, and it's not completely drained. There's probably in some places there's probably still a foot of water.
Oh, that's fun.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And then the people that work there had like wading boots and rain gear and all that
And
stuff.
you're going off in your flip flops and your holiday clothes.
Yeah, yeah. But that's how they do it. They,
Yes,
they,
I have holiday clothes.
I was going to say something about that.
I was wondering what
Mary
holiday you were
Poppins.
dressed up for.
Flume holiday clothes
Where
at
were
that.
these? Where were these people when my boat broke down in the middle of the lake when we were out there?
They can't drain that.
Did you have your holiday clothes on then?
I did. It's my
And I
family
understand
clothes.
too that the ride will shut down. Like you could be on the track being pulled up to the top.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just be, like in
gosh.
the middle of that
Oh, that's a nightmare.
incline.
No, that's
on-
actually the easiest part to get off because you just step out the boat and walk down the steps.
He makes that sound simple. I was on.
Did you not see him the other day when he climbed stairs?
I was on the log flume in the Magic Kingdom, Splash Mountain, and as we were going up the drop, just before the drop, we got stuck at the
Yeah.
top.
I've been stuck down that section too, where they just keep saying, "We're going to throw you in the briar patch," over and over and over while you're just waiting, and your child's screaming and crying.
So far, I have been very fortunate. I have never had to be evacuated from a ride at Disney.
But we weren't evacuated. We sat there for 45 minutes. And come to find out, they explained to us that there are sensors in the water and that somebody had put their hand in the water and tripped a sensor. So the machinery thought there was an extra boat in the water and that they had sort of backed up somehow and they were looking to figure out where that was.
Dustin, what kind of malfunction can happen in Cali River?
Well, this is a really intricate system of like pumps and pipes and stuff like that. Usually what it is a sensor goes off. It's usually never an actual like mechanical malfunction. It's usually a sensor went off and it causes a ride stop.
They're
and they
on.
have to reset
They're
it.
on tracks. The boats are on tracks.
No, they're not on
Because
tracks.
they're just willy nilly floating down the line.
Yeah.
When they climb up
Don't
the
you
mountain,
remember
they're
a
on
couple years
track.
ago when one flipped over?
No.
No.
Wasn't that at Cali River?
I don't
That's
believe
possible?
I think
I
that
don't
was, that
think
was
it
Six
flipped over.
Flags.
Yeah.
Oh.
That
Oh
was a
my
Six
goodness.
Flags attraction. It wasn't Cali River.
Flipped over?
Yeah, I know. This.
Never go on that
I know
ride
there was an
again.
accident a few years ago on Cali River Rapids, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. I don't think it flipped over.
These things are incredibly heavy. It would take a monsoon wave
Well,
to
what
flip it
happened
over.
was, I believe in this instance, the boat was not properly inflated. And when it hit the bottom, it did not hit the bottom properly.
Much like the footballs that New England Patriots
That's
used.
right.
Maybe that was Tom
Remember I
Brady's
told you
first.
earlier I have an opinion on everything? You found the one thing I don't know anything about.
All right, while Kevin Googles that, we're going to go on to our third news story. Fired Disney World performers win arbitration over sweaty costumes. 3 Walt Disney World performers who were fired from the Festival of the Lion King show at Disney's Animal Kingdom after refusing to wear sweaty, soiled costumes will get their jobs back after winning an arbitration case. A representative from the Teamsters Local 385 union said last Monday the arbitration process was finally over and a federal arbitrator ruled in favor of the cast members who lost their jobs in June of 2014 after they said they would not perform in dirty costumes. According to witness testimony in the case, the sweaty costumes were caught outside in the rain on June 10th, 2014. When the time came to prepare for the 6 p.m. show that evening, some performers found the soiled costumes pushed up against their clean clothes. Quote, they went to management and said, "We need new unitards. These need to be washed," said Teamsters representative Donna Lynn Dalton. The union said management wanted them to wear the soiled costumes for the sake of the show, but the 3 performers refused, saying it was unsanitary. Management then canceled the performance that evening. The performers did eventually get clean unitards and performed for the next show, but the 3 full-time cast members were later suspended and then terminated, and then came to work for the Diz Unplugged.
That would be Rhino, right?
Yeah.
And then it goes on to say what
He's wearing his unitard today.
his dirty, sweaty one. Yum. That says that, the rest of the story pretty much says
What's the
that.
problem with hot guys in sweaty tights? I don't see the problem.
I remember at Blizzard
That's just
Beach.
me.
At Blizzard Beach, we, you have to wear these, have these rescue tubes with you. But the way you choose them, well, we used to choose them. You'd smell the strap because you have to wear the strap across your body. I mean, these things smelled awful, and I think they would wash them maybe once a month. Or
You wouldn't
something.
have the same one?
Well, no, you just, you use the tube for the day and you wrap it up and you put it on the holder for the night, and somebody comes in the next day, grabs a tube. But you'd always try to grab your same number, or you'd smell them and see which one
Is this my scent?
smells the best.
Ew. So are these guys sharing unitards?
It's they wear a thing underneath called basics, so it's like a gray
See, he
t-shirt
does now.
and
Go ahead.
black sweatpants, basically. And those are what you're wearing under your costume, and then
We
you
have
have your
those at
own,
home.
hopefully, underwear on in those clothes. And so the costume goes over that. So I'm guessing the costume was so gross that it was sweating through there. It was going through their shirt. Like,
Where does the word unitard come in?
I don't know where somebody got that word because I've never heard any of their.
Well, because
undergarments.
these were the monkeys. The
Oh,
performers.
yeah, I was just gonna
and
say, if
those
it was a
are
full
those are
body-
unitards
yeah.
that they wear.
Oh, those
So,
are cute little guys and the little monkeys.
Because I know the stormtroopers.
like I said,
have,
what's the
like,
problem with hot
Yeah.
guys in sweaty
Unitards,
tights?
too.
I
Sweaty
mean,
monkeys, yeah. Could be fun.
But now, as a result, the Teamsters
sweaty
Union.
balls.
Sweaty balls.
Okay, bring it in. The Teamsters Union showed the news a copy of the addendum now that exists for the characters. All costume pieces shall receive a minimum of 12 hours of drying and sanitation between performances, and no character performer shall be required to wear any costume piece worn by another character performer.
Thank you.
So,
It's called the Thunder Monkey Addendum, right?
yes, indeed. I'll tell you what makes me honestly happy about this is that the union won. the union went to bat for its members, and it won. And we just don't hear those stories too often anymore. Although union did pretty well in the last contract negotiation, so I don't know if the union's getting better and stronger with Disney, or if Disney is getting weaker in terms of negotiating.
I believe that this is just one of those things where an arbitrator went, this is common sense.
All right,
You
we'll
should
hire
not-
him back. Shut up.
Yeah.
I think it's, I'm sorry, these people were right. You don't have to wear sweaty, disgusting clothes from someone before you. Disney can afford to have a uniform for everybody.
Right. They should have enough in rotation so that you always have a
Yeah.
clean one available.
Or a backup. What if one rips or something
Yeah,
like that? You know
exactly.
what I mean? It's just my issue is not even with the people complaining. It's with whoever the one manager was that decided to report these people and then be like
Yeah.
so upset about something so ridiculous
He'd
that
never
it
been
then
a
got
monkey
3
before,
people
probably.
terminated.
Right,
Like,
it got
it just makes me
escalated to
angry.
this
Like
point.
some
They're getting
idiot.
back pay too, right?
So they went a whole year without.
I'm sure
Yeah,
if they were
yeah.
if they won arbitration
Yeah.
and they're getting reinstated, I'm almost certain they would be getting back pay for that. So
Okay.
good for them.
They'll also receive full back pay.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
good.
Googled raft flipping over, and it was not Disney World, but apparently it's every other raft.
As I know, it was a Six Flags one for sure.
And there was one at Cedar Point, and there's one at Riverside and Agawam, and there was a bunch of them.
This particular, and I mean, thank goodness if it was a sensor that Disney had the good sense to turn the ride off, so it doesn't get worse.
Yep.
Oh, and I know what our poll is going to be this week.
Okay.
Would you
I'll
wear
share it with you
sweaty?
later.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's about monkeys on
No.
rafts. No.
You'll find out when everybody else does.
All right, that'll.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to take the tension.
I would like to close out my segment.
You didn't yet?
That'll do it for the news.
All right. Thank you, John. Let's move on to rapid fire, and start with you.
Oh,
All right.
good. You get to talk again.
Oh, good. It's your favorite part of the day. I just want to make sure everybody's aware that there are really good general public discounts out for Alani Resort and Spa. You have to go. Everyone has to go. It's
Okay.
It's the law. It's the rule.
Okay.
Save up to 30%. Book a 4-night stay at Alani and get 25% discount. Book 5 nights or more and get 30%. This is for most nights August 16th through December 21st. I know.
That's attractive.
Not too bad blackout dates, too, only over Thanksgiving weekend. So that's a pretty big span. And then get 25% plus free breakfast. Book a 1 to 3 night pre or post stay at Alani for the Disney cruise. Hawaiian sailings, save 25% off rack rate and get complimentary breakfast at Ulu Cafe.
How late does it run?
Through December 21st.
That is the room only discount is through December 21st.
That could be
When's
a
our
road
backstage?
trip for
When's
me
our
and
backstage
JL.
magic this year?
Our
December
combined-
13th through the 18th.
Oh, that would be nice, right?
Well, I'm thinking, trying to think of what I'm going to do for my birthday.
Shoot on over to Hawaii.
Maybe
for
I'll
a
shoot
couple
over.
days.
oh, I don't know. Maybe a
So
party
Alani
at
would make 900
Universal.
people, isn't it?
That's not my birthday party. That's our event.
I also want to add, too, if you book through Dreams Unlimited Travel, we send all of our clients a gift. We're sending everybody the mug, the refillable mug.
Nude
from-
pictures of John
Oh,
Ooh, golly. Can I
Running 3
cancel my
miles an hour.
reservation?
talk about clutching our
running
pearls.
running 3 miles an hour.
You'd probably rather see me in the sweaty monkey costume than that, I'm sure. But we're giving everybody in your party one of the refillable mugs for Alani. This is a pretty good value. Because
Oh, yeah,
they're
that's right.
expensive, and they're good for your entire stay, for beverages and stuff. So book through Dreams Unlimited Travel.
No,
not-
just beverages.
and stuff. And as many sweet and low as you can fit in one. That's what I found. So get this discount plus get our
You think he's
gift.
kidding? You think he's kidding? He's not.
All right.
All right, thanks,
That's my
John.
rapid fire.
Kevin.
I have 3 rapid fires.
Oh, good.
Couldn't even.
Really? Poor Rhino was searching for one, and you took them all.
It's been announced that Brad Bird, whose new movie coming out, Tomorrowland, it's been announced that he will direct Incredibles 2. And that is his next feature.
I got to tell you, Tomorrowland looks really good.
And I think it looks amazing.
I think it looks
I'm
really
very
good.
excited to say it.
Me too. Don't just blow it off because I know you're not excited about it.
I am so excited.
I'm excited about
It's all
Incredibles
about the
2.
World's Fair. I thought you loved the World's Fair.
Have you seen the previews to it? I've been to the World's Fair. There's not a Mary Blair exhibit in this movie. It's Shailene Woodley with a button.
There's a
Pin
scene
trading button.
with where he's like on Small World.
I'm not done.
Okay.
He'd like to close out his segment.
He'd like to close out his segment. That'll do it.
You can now download an app and do express ordering. Order in advance on the Express Order app by selecting Table Delivery or To Go. When you arrive at the restaurant, look for Express Order for table delivery, find an available table, and your order will be prepared and hand-delivered to you. I like the fact that it's hand-delivered, as opposed to, like, catapulted from the back room.
or monkeys. Bringing your food.
You can also do this at Phantasmic for show only on nights with 2 performances. And while seated for the show, select food, beverage, and or merchandise items you'd like to purchase and relax as a cast member prepares your order and delivers it to your seat.
As opposed to a monkey.
As opposed to a sweaty monkey.
What was the first part though? Is it all restaurants?
No.
No.
It's you can do it when you go to the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, and I think it's the now I have to read it. Selected Disney Hollywood Studios locations, Backlot Express and Phantasmic. And finally, I would just like to say we got a very nice note from a young man named Bobby Rumsey, who is 17 years old and feels like he is alone in the world as a Disney fan in a small town in Pennsylvania. And I just want you to know, Bobby, we're here with you. Bobby sent us a beautiful 1923 to 1973 50th anniversary print from Walt Disney Productions. So I just wanted Bobby to know that he's not alone. There's a whole room full of people who are Disney geeks.
Born on a cotton field in Pennsylvania, was he?
He's such a jerk.
That's what they sing during the
Field.
What is the matter with you?
That's the words to "Born on a Cotton Field in Pennsylvania." Hallelujah, hallelujah.
This is what happens when we're not live, huh?
Crap.
I feel anytime I can get
Oh,
any
yeah,
of you to
live
sing,
stream.
that's a plus. That's a good show.
Stepped into
Where
some
the
sort of
hell did that come
I know
from?
that's real words to it, but they fit. Candlelight procession.
Every time we go to Candlelight Processional, that's what he sings. Do it again.
Well, no.
No, don't. Wow.
When I don't know the words, I've been known to make them up. I don't even know if there are cotton fields in Pennsylvania.
There are. I don't think there are. That's what I'm.
Southern Pennsylvania. Ryan
It's too cold.
Well, Bobby, that
The
was
cotton fields of Pittsburgh.
that
Thank
was
you, Bobby.
very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
All joking aside, that was very, very cool. Thank you for sending that to us. So, all right.
I was a weirdo in
How
high
many
school.
trees? Any more trees have to die for your rapid fire?
This isn't even everything. I only picked out the important stuff.
You didn't even pick out the one that they had a graphic for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that express. What one did you have? Yeah, I did that one.
Yeah.
All right.
You
All
can
right.
order crap and have it delivered to your table. Just like any other restaurant.
And this is a feature.
But you can do it from your phone.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Teresa,
Hard to follow, ain't it?
follow that.
I have finished my segment.
Okay, I thought mine was fun.
Close out your segment.
Have you closed out? Okay.
Come on, hurry up.
Freakish people I work with. Okay. Phineas and Ferb will air its final new episode Friday, June 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last Day of Summer will be an hour long and will be shown on Disney XD and Disney Channel. To kick off the farewell episode, Disney XD will present a 73-hour marathon showing all of the previous 126 episodes, 5 one-hour specials, and a Disney Channel original movie. The marathon begins Tuesday, June 9th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Description of the finale is: the summer season is coming to a close, and it's Candace's last chance to burst them. That sounds more fun. Bust
What's
her
the next
brothers.
word? What's the next word?
How's this going, Teresa?
She is quickly
what
foiled,
goes on in the show.
but is presented with an opportunity to redo the day when she sets off Dr. Doofenshmirtz's do-overnator, which results in other consequences like rips the space-time continuum, shortens the days, and the disappearance of her brothers.
She's saying real stuff.
Yeah.
These are all just words put together.
Watermelon.
This
apples.
is sad.
I'm bummed
Not
out
sad.
about it. Yeah,
I'm bummed about this.
I
I almost
like
couldn't get up this
Yeah.
morning.
the
you don't
show.
like
It's a
him?
funny show.
I mean, I've watched them, but
I love
The
Phineas
movie
and
was good.
Ferb.
The made-for-TV
Yeah.
movie. I watched that. That was
I
funny.
thought you were going to find out like who shot JR and
Well,
what
we're
happened
gonna,
to Revenge and something
Who's the man with one arm?
the
Really?
final
wrapping up all
episode.
the stuff.
But it will live in reruns forever, I'm sure, just like Scooby-Doo, so I'm good. Next.
All right. Thank you, Teresa. Corey.
I have an exciting one. The
Yeah.
dates for the 2015 cruises have been announced. Disney cruises. I should have thought about this when I
Holiday
picked it.
cruises.
Holiday
I was
cruises.
gonna
really?
say,
I'm going-
we've had 2015
Yeah,
cruises
the,
for a while now.
I've been booking them. What's wrong?
For Halloween, Halloween on the high seas, a Disney Dream. These will be from September 7th through October 30th, and the Fantasy will be September 5th through the 31st. The Magic and Wonder, those aren't starting until October 4th to the 28th on the Magic, and October 1st to the 23rd.
So it's not going to be Halloween
on the Wonder.
on the Magic and Wonder as long as it is in the Dream and the Fantasy?
Right.
What's that about?
I don't know. It's a month earlier.
Well,
on
I
Hasn't
mean-
the Halloween party already started for this year?
I believe it begins next week. Memorial Day to Thanksgiving is the Halloween party.
We're on one of the ships at Halloween.
They do a
and
great
had
job.
One
Great job.
of the cast members was dressed up as Cruella, and all of the other cast members were dressed up as puppies,
Dalmatians.
Dalmatians. It was really good. It was adorable.
They do a great job for Halloween on the cruise lines. They really do.
Now, I've never been on for Halloween, but I have for Christmas. The dates for Christmas, the Disney Magic, November 11th through the 23rd. The Wonder is November 6th through the 24th. Dream, the 9th through the 24th. And the Disney Fantasy is November 14th through December 19th. So I enjoy Christmas on the
I love
the
Castaway
cruise.
Key at Christmas
I
time.
do
Just till
too.
the 19th? They don't
Yeah.
take it through Christmas?
I also don't know why. Halloween is cut early. I mean, cut
It
short for the
probably
Magic
has
and
to be the
Wonder.
way. It might be the way that those cruises fall. If they end after Halloween, it might be.
Maybe.
Then they might stop it.
Good answer.
So,
I don't know. Make sense.
there you go. Good luck, your cruises.
I have along those same lines, I have a spoiler, well, not a spoiler, a teaser. We understand that the remaining 2016 Disney Cruise Line sailings may go on sale within the next week or so.
Really?
The ones that we've been waiting for.
Yay.
So that's a rumor that's out there.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
That needs to happen.
I'm sure I'll be out of town when it happens.
Right, exactly. It'll be the most inopportune time.
All right. Thank you, Corey. Dustin.
Yes, I have a rapid fire. For those of you.
Good.
Good.
We should give him a cue before it's his turn, because he always sounds surprised that he gets to talk.
What was I saying? Okay, yeah. So Triceratops Spin is closed for 2 weeks, starting yesterday and through the 24th of May, and it just adds to the long list of things that are currently closed.
Closed or broken?
Yeah, at Animal Kingdom. So
Are they adding,
if you're
like-
traveling in the next 2 weeks, be aware of
They
that.
had like the Hatbox Ghost or something? What are they doing?
They're adding. I don't have any dinosaur jokes. I'm sorry. I'm not as
Mr. Jurassic Park himself. No
Yeah.
dinosaur jokes.
Spare no expense.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
sorry.
you, Dustin. Rhino.
Disney XD has announced it's going to begin, or just began airing. Come on. The seasons 2 through 4 of the modern Doctor Who, which is just David Tennant's era of the show. It started on May 9th with the episode New Earth, and then it begins doing it again on June 13th. And it says new episodes will premiere daily through June 20th. It doesn't really say anything other than after that, why it's only season 2 through 4 and not season 1 or 5 through 8.
I wish I could capture the expression on everybody's table face
What?
at the table
We
right
have
now.
cameras.
Ferb.
That's a great way to capture people's expression, I'm not sure if you know the technology.
I just think it was a weird. It was an Entertainment Weekly. Come on.
I wish there was a way to take a picture of the people at the table.
I thought you were doing something about.
They told me I couldn't do it.
Who told you?
Ooh.
All
Blanche
day of them.
Rose.
Why?
He said it was a Disneyland one. It belonged on the Disneyland show.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
you pulled out Doctor Who?
Kevin took all the other ones. So it's
Yeah, really. Kevin had 17 rapid fires.
I like Doctor Who anyway.
I like
so
Doctor Who.
It's weird that they chose this random show that's now like old seasons of a live action
I know.
British show to air on this.
I think there's more words that should be said about this thing.
I like Wilson over here. You can't see the bottom half of his face from where we're sitting.
It's like Wilson.
All right. Thank you, Rhino. Craig.
Starting on May 14th, you can.
Okay.
There you go. Starting on May 14th.
Somebody else pushed a button.
Starting on May 14th, if you're interested in when? May 14th.
That's when his rapid fire is going to
Disney.
start.
All right. Let him get it out.
Disney Parks online store will start selling Disney Park packs, which is trying to, I guess, bank off of the success of stuff like Loot Crate and other companies that sell box full of junk to you every month and have it delivered to your door. And if you're a nerd, you usually get really excited about it. So Disney's gonna start doing it as well. It's not on a subscription base, so each month you would have to put $40 down to the Disney Parks store, and they will send you a box filled with just random stuff. The first one that comes
Well, these
out,
are pins. They're not just random
well,
stuff.
yeah, this first one, they admitted that it's only going to be 3 pins in it, but in the future it could be anything.
Sweaty unitards.
Really?
It just might. I mean, I don't know how many they have laying around.
$40.
Wait, so only 3 pins in that big box?
Yeah,
Well, it
I
looks
don't
big.
think-
It's on a big
Box
TV.
is-
They're limited edition.
Approaches.
So it's a cool idea to do it, but they need to be like throwing in leftover Vinylmations that they never sold or something else kitschy besides just
passes.
pins.
It's twice as much as it's Disney, twice as much as Loot Crate and all that other stuff, which
You
is like
think
20
people
bucks
will do this?
for like a third of the stuff. Loot Crate is you sign up. I do this, and you get like a T-shirt and a random little figure, and it's just a themed month, and it sends you a fun little gift pack.
A random figure of what?
You don't know. Like this month's theme is Unite, and so it's all about like superhero stuff. So I think I'm getting like a Power Ranger thing and like a T-shirt and like all this. It's just a random little. Everybody wants a gift every now and then.
I want to start, even though I couldn't participate, I want to start a drinking game. Every time Rhino mentions either Power Rangers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, someone take a shot. Okay? You will be obliterated by the end of any given show.
I'm going to start selling Rhino random crap from our house.
He wants little gifts. Send him little gifts.
We have so much. I mean, like, I could send him an extra potato peeler.
We put boxes together and call it close crap.
Rhino's cute. Don't pick on him. He's a sweet boy.
I think Drano's wonderful. He's a
Drano. All right. Well, thank you for that entertaining rapid fire, Rhino or Craig. All right, we got a few minutes, and I want to talk about what I want to do for the poll next week because it's been on my mind the last couple of weeks. Got a chance to go see Avengers: Age of Ultron, the new Marvel Avengers movie, a few weeks ago, and it got me thinking now that Disney, owns the Marvel Universe, and they're doing this amazing job with these films. And, I mean, they're really, really good, very entertaining films that they're putting out with it. And, of course, they bought Star Wars, and this December we'll have the first installment of that. And believe me, I think you're going to see a complete universe of films, no pun intended, around Star Wars. And it got me wondering, is Disney's involvement in these two things in particular, Marvel and Star Wars, does it make you more likely to watch it? Does it make it more appealing to you? Or does it just not matter? I wonder what the crossover is from Disney's fan of other films, like the Pixar films, like the parks, things like that. Is there a crossover there among fans, Disney fans, because now Disney owns these things? I think people were very concerned when they took over Lucasfilms, what they were going to do with Star Wars. I think the last trailer that came out pretty much put that to bed. And certainly what they've done with the Marvel films says that what they really are doing an amazing job with it. They elevating it to a place it never was before. And so, but is there crossover there? I mean, as a Disney fan, are you more likely to pay attention to, get interested in, or watch a Marvel film or a Star Wars film where you may not have been before?
Good question.
They put Disney characters in It's a Small World. Would you be upset if they put Disney characters in a Marvel movie? Like Bert the Chimney Sweep.
Or the chimney sweep, his special talent.
He gets to save Genovia.
The age of Mary Poppins.
Well, I'm just curious, because it's not, up until Disney took over Marvel, there was no presence of Marvel anything in the parks. Same with, you had the agreement with George Lucas. Star Tours, very popular attraction, has been since it opened. But, are people more likely now that it's quote unquote part of the Disney universe, are people more likely to get interested in or pay attention to?
I'm going to throw this out there. Do you think Star Wars is more popular than Disney and that it might be the other way around?
No.
Okay.
No, I think there's.
So for that poll, that poll's over apparently.
Wrong. I can't figure out is, okay, so we've got all these on Facebook, I'd say the majority of my friends on Facebook are Disney people because they're listeners and they all love Disney. So now they're talking about the Avengers and all this stuff, which makes me go back and watch all the old stuff movies. So
you've been watching the old other Avengers films?
Yes, I've gone back. I'm totally in love with Thor. Ooh, give me some more of that guy.
You and Julie both.
So I don't know which Hemsworth
I
he is,
met
but I
Thor
like
at
it.
Disneyland. I can show you the photos.
Ooh, okay. Ooh,
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, that wasn't creepy at all.
Were you worthy to
So
lift
I'm
his
going
hammer?
back and I'm enjoying. Now I'd already watched all the Star Wars, so I'd already been through all that. But I'm enjoying it all coming back around again.
So in your case, it actually has mattered.
It has,
that
because
Disney
now
is-
I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go because I'm 54. I'm not into superheroes that much. Max was like, he likes all that stuff, but it never crossed over into my world. But now it is, and now I'm just,
And you're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying some Tony Stark and Thor. Yes, really
So-
enjoying it. Yeah.
What about you guys? Has it?
I wish we could capture Kevin's face somehow.
Wish we had the technology.
That's something I kind of like movies that are just like stories with humans. I've said this before. I don't have the imagination to really appreciate this, but I read a review and they said something, and I thought this captures everything. I went to see the Avengers, and I really thought they were trying to destroy the land where the Princess Brides took or the Princess Diaries took place. The problem is, everything in the world is at stake, but none of the characters are at stake. They're not going to kill off Thor. So it's not like there's any kind of real commitment to worrying about it. I mean, if they killed out Hawkeye, who cares, right?
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
no.
All right. The nerd brigade in the back is gearing up.
There is a fear because in the comic books, Disney just turned Thor's a woman now, and
Oh,
Captain
oh,
America
wow.
is the.
They're just
is
stealing
the-
that crap from the
Is the
Kardashians.
Falcon.
You just ruined it for me.
To be played by Bruce Jenner.
It's a different person.
Oh, okay. Had me
It's not
worried.
even he lift his purse.
The comics are known.
Comics
To-
are known.
they're-
You're
they're
absolutely
very-
right. Comics are known for that.
Do you
I
think
don't
Disney's going to kill off one of those Avengers?
I don't believe
Yeah.
that Disney's willing to take that risk of
the
a
next
franchise ending.
Who are they killing? Not Hawkeye.
Well, the rumor was it was going to be Captain America because Captain America gets replaced by his sidekick, the Falcon, who was in this movie. So, their contracts only last for so long. So they
and
have
then
a universe. that
hire
can pull
someone
them.
else to be.
I was
and
just
they
going to say,
reboot
they're
the
bringing Mark
franchise.
Hamill back. I can't imagine they're going to Captain America disappear. These are really expensive characters that they bought. I can't imagine they're going to
Would
Well, the
you
rumor
would
is-
you have even gone to see the Avengers movie if it was not part of this whole Disney?
Oh, I would. I mean, my
Why?
answer
That
is
doesn't
that
seem like it would be you.
Movie unless John told
Right.
me I had to.
I went because of me. But I'm a fan of all of this stuff. I've been a
Right.
fan of comic
No,
books since I was
absolutely.
a kid. I have these comic books. I'm watching the not so great TV series that are out there now about comic
Do you
books.
still have your comic books?
I do.
Jughead
I do,
and
too.
Archie
No, not
and
Jughead and Archie.
Those were the ones I had.
But so it doesn't matter to me that it's affiliated with Disney or not affiliated with Disney. All of this stuff is stuff I'm interested in. Kevin goes because I go and see movies with singing and dancing.
I was told the day Into the Woods opened that there was a movie I was going to see. So this was a barter system.
Yeah.
No, they would not get my $12.
I think for me, it's I've always been a fan of like the superheroes and all that stuff, but like with with all the new Star Wars stuff coming out, I like Star Wars. As a kid, I did, but I think I almost feel obligated to go have a complete refresher of it.
I liked the first 3 Star Wars movies. They were at a time and place in my life. I mean, they were also part of the cultural zeitgeist. I mean, you couldn't not go see Star
Right,
Wars.
exactly.
However, I sat through those last 3. I counted the ceiling tiles. I counted my teeth.
I think we need to try and make believe those didn't happen. Let's see what J.J. Abrams does. Those were awful. I hated these last 3. They were awful. And I think there's a lot of common wisdom that says the same thing.
Yeah.
These were not good films.
No.
But that's why Disney is, it tapped, God of the Nerds, J.J. Abrams. And based on that last trailer, it looks like they're kind, he's kind of harkening back to that.
Didn't J.J. Abrams do a Star Trek movie?
He
also?
rebooted Star Trek and did an amazing job with it. And that
one I
was
didn't
my
have to go
thing as
see.
a kid. I mean, that was my thing. Growing up, Star Trek was my thing.
Oh my God!
And
really?
so, oh yeah, big time. I'm like nerd enough to I can quote lines. I can give you details on dilithium crystals.
I gotta remember this the next time you make fun of me for fanboying about something. You just said the word dilithium crystal right there.
Yeah, I did. Deal with it. Yeah, I don't wear Spider-Man pajamas. Okay.
It's a onesie.
It's a
And I'm
unitard.
sure it doesn't look the least bit creepy. But so that was my thing. And when he rebooted that, I was nervous about it. You're messing with something
Tribbles,
sacred.
yeah.
And he did a brilliant job with it. And I'm hoping he does the same thing. But he's a true fan. He's a true fan of these things.
I have
There's also
complete
some-
faith in him.
There's also something else. When you make a good movie, it's universal. Kevin liked the first Avengers movie. He thought it was great. It
was good.
And he was more willing to go see the second one because he enjoyed the first one so much. When you make a good movie, it goes beyond just the fan base. The fan base will go and see bad movies because it's all part of what you do as a fan, is you put up with the bad for the good. But I think
described
that-
the first one. We had this conversation in the car on the way over here. The first Avengers movie was clever. I thought it was clever. I thought it was funny. I thought, it had some tension in it. I didn't feel any tension in this one. I didn't care what happened to a made-up country that spun around up in the air.
Don't give away stuff. People
Yeah, I
haven't
haven't seen it yet.
Now,
Spoiler alert.
that's going to be our poll question for this week. Does Disney's involvement in Marvel and Star Wars make you more likely, less likely, or does it matter to go see these films and get involved with these films? So that will be on our Facebook page later today, facebook.com/JizzUnplugged. And that'll be our poll for this week. We're going to select one person at random, which I did not do this week. I have to go back and poll. I'll announce that next week. But we'll select one person at random each week who answers our poll. That person gets a $50 Disney gift card. So that is going to do it for this episode. For those of you watching live, coming up next, we're going to talk about how we all got here. And that'll be it. Until next time, thanks for being with us, everyone. And remember, if I have a exit here, do we have an exit? Thank you. Remember, stay out of the damn lakes. Have a good one.
Those of you waiting to ride with that Tea Party, once you've stepped from the turnstiles, please walk all the way towards the control booth. Please make sure all food and drink is finished and put away prior to boarding. And please make sure anyone under the age of 7 is with 114 or older. Thank you.
That's a monster right there. Does anyone here know how to speak well?
Please.